Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Good Intentions with Lisa-Tien. That is me. I'm going to be scratching my booty like all fucking, it's so itchy. Anyway, fucking side tangent. I feel like I have to give the whole backstory of why it's itchy. I was at work earlier today and I got no-showed and I have a wee bit of a gap in my schedule, so now I'm home. But anyway, I was sitting at the front desk chair waiting, and I'm wearing a skirt, so I don't know if there was just like hair on the chair, but yes, my butt itches. Anyway, I almost talked myself out of going to the gym this morning because it was crashing out outside. I woke up before my alarm even went off, and as I was waking up, I can hear all of this noise outside, and my first thought was like, oh my god, is Bonnie like because I was watching Vampire Diaries. I was like, is Bonnie like fucking shit up out there? Anyway, then I finally came to almost instantly, and I was like, oh, it's like storming outside, like storming. And in my head, I was like, why is it storming on the day that I said I was going to go to the gym? And I almost didn't because, it's just been one of those weeks where I just, I'm on my period and whatever. But I still said, bitch, get up, go to the gym. You have to. Let's go. Let's get it together. Okay. It's been a few days, like, I'm sure I haven't uploaded the last episode yet in real time because I just recorded that yesterday. Anyway, giving y'all all of this extra information for no reason. Pretty sure I mentioned that the week before, I guess whenever I came back from Houston, I was very like, yeah, when I came back from Houston that whole week, I was just very like blah, not feeling it at the gym. I think I went to the gym maybe like 3 days, possibly 4, probably more like 3. And I was getting back into it. And then I skipped on Monday because I smoked all day Sunday and I slept until 10, blah, blah, blah. You guys already heard this. If y'all are listening or watching this specific episode now. Anyway, woke up, said, just go, do whatever you can. I just, skipped abs because I didn't want to be late for work, and I still was a little late because, yeah, I pushed through some glutees. I did RDL, split squat on the Smith machine with a bench, hip thrusts, and some abductors. And I think that's it. Yeah. I was like, 7:30, got a blast. See ya. And I was still late because also last week, and I'm wondering if this correlates, which it probably does. All of last week, I didn't have like a breakfast. I usually make some eggs with extra protein and whatever. And all last week, I just didn't because I didn't want to be late because I'm ADHD as fuck and I can't time manage. And it does not matter lately. It does not matter how early I get up. I will still use up all of that time. So I need to reframe my thought process in how long it actually takes me to get ready, which it doesn't take me long to get ready at all whatsoever. It's just, because I do my makeup in the car. I put my lips on and my eyebrows on at the light, and I will put my blush, highlight, and bronzer on whenever as I drive because that's easy for me. So really, I just come home from the gym. I take a quick little shower. I don't wash my hair unless I have to. And if I have to, then I definitely need to start waking up just early. Like, I set an alarm at 5. I'd be hitting snooze until 5:30. And sometimes I'd be hitting snooze until 5:45, and then I get out of bed, and then I have this habit of sitting on the toilet and I'm on Instagram, and then that takes extra time, and then I drink my pre-workout, and sometimes I do random shit in the morning, like, oh, I'm gonna refill my Brita, and oh, I'm gonna fucking break the ice cubes or whatever. Like, oh, I'm gonna count all of the cash that I have in my wallet. Like, it's just, let's get up, let's pee, change, drink your pre-workout, or drink your pre-workout as you're changing. Just don't even get on your phone. That's the issue, because I do that. When I get home, I sit back on the toilet, I watch the reels for however long, I don't even know. And then it's like, okay, I got to take a shower. I got to take a quick shower. I wash my face, bada bing, bada boom. Most of the time, I just throw my hair up in a clip if I didn't have time to wash it or whatever. And then by the time I make it downstairs, it's 8:21 on the dot. On the dot. Every time I make it downstairs and I check the clock on the oven, it's always 8:21. Does not fucking matter how early I wake up or how late I wake up. It is 8:21, and that's when I need to leave the house. So whenever I first started working at the South Lake location, does not matter, I'm leaving the house at 8:15. And I was doing that for like the first week, maybe 2, and then slowly, because I know I get there early and I have all this extra time, so it's like my ADHD brain knows that I can get away with leaving like a little later, but absolutely 8:25 is when I need to be out of there, out of here. I just got a text from Justin. But then I have to make my coffee, and I prep my breakfast, and all of that takes extra time. And then I got to wash the skillet and whatever. So all of that takes like 11 minutes, 12 minutes if we want to be specific, by making my coffee, grabbing the creamer, mixing in some of the syrup and the stevia, and waiting for the espresso thing to brew as the skillet's on the oven, heating it up, throw some onions and mushrooms on there, eggs, boom, boom, grab the cheese, grab the Tupperware, like all of the things. And then washing the skillet. By then, it's 8:33 on the dot. And it takes me 28 minutes to get to work. So if I'm doing all of those things, God, there are some days where I am just blessed by the gods and I get to work right at like 8:58. But today it was like 9:03, 9:04 was whenever I started to walk in, and I grabbed a tray, went up to the front. My client isn't there. And I'm like, okay, slay. I love when they're just a little late, because I was like racing on my way to work today. I was like, oh my God, I can't be late, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, oh, fuck it, I guess I'm going to be late, whatever. And then she didn't come in. I don't know if she's like sick or something, but she was supposed to get her hair done before this trip. And so then I just drove back home, and I have quite a bit of hours, so I'm here. Every time I say I'm here, my brain says, and I'm queer. I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. Where is that even from? But anyway, that's ADHD for you. Crazy, the difference in the energy that I have, because if y'all are listening to this episode now, I'm referring back to last week's episode, but in real time, I recorded last week's episode yesterday. So the energy that I have between recording yesterday versus today is insane because I felt like I was so low energy. And today I'm just like, bibbity bobbity boop. We're here, we're queer, get used to it. What the fuck was I even saying? Yeah, late for work. Okay, I'm home. I have like many hours. So I'm like, maybe I'll clean the bathroom today. I generally wait until the weekend to clean, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see where life takes me today. I got to go back into work at 4:30. Fingers crossed I get something booked before then. And if not, that's fine. I might go roller skating. Not go roller skating. I might go skating outside, get some sun, get a little bit of cardio sesh. Maybe I'll read. I have plenty of time to think about what I want to do. And in this moment right now, I'm staring at this succulent plant that I have not watered, and I don't know if it's still alive. And maybe I'll remember after I record this episode to water it, because it still looks fine. Anyway, or maybe I'll just watch Vampire Diaries for 4 fucking hours. Who knows? Hopefully not that, but the difference in my energy, I feel like, is probably because I went to the gym, but also I've been listening. I have one of these Joe Dispenza motivational videos or whatever saved on my YouTube playlist, and it's called, and I read the title of it several times, but I don't remember the first part before the parentheses. Parentheses? That's not parentheses, is this. The not the semicolon, but is it the colon? Look at the 2 dots. Anyway, it's blah blah blah, and how to attract a magnetic love or some shit like that. So basically this whole video, I think it's like 17 minutes long. And who knows if it's actually Joe. It could be AI, but I've heard worse AIs. Like if whatever I'm listening to sounds robotic and fake as fuck and barely like Joe Dispenza, I don't even fucking listen to it. But this sounds like his voice. Anyway, I've listened to it, again, 17 minutes long. I've listened to it about 4 times today because it just, I don't know if it's just me specifically or my brain or just how I am the way that I am, ADHD, whatever. But like when I finally start listening to personal development shit, it's like, boom, I'm there. I'm here. Almost said I'm queer. I'm just like in the zone. So I just kind of force myself to stop listening to the music every once in a while because the music's great. The music gets me high vibe. The music gets me pumped, but it does not do the same thing for me compared to what listening to personal development stuff does. It's just like it keys me in. I'm wired. I'm feeling this confidence and embodying the confidence and whatever. So this whole video talks about how people can sense your energy, and I've already said this in multiple episodes, I'm pretty sure, but like people can. And I'm listening to this because I know we have a nickname for him and it's Hollywood. Anyway, I will elaborate on that. But that's his nickname because he's hottie. And he's coming in soon and I'm going to ask him out. And one of my clients yesterday, I was talking to her about it because she asked me if I was dating and I was like, no. However, I have a crush on this guy. She was like, does he know you exist? I'm like, I talked to him before. I said hi a couple times. And anyway, she was like, just shoot your shot. Like, you're too, just whatever I was sharing with her. She was like, you need to get out of your head. Just get out of your head, blah, blah, blah. You're a catch, this, that, or whatever. And I'm just like, thank you. So I said, yeah, I'm going to ask him out. And she was like, just give him one of your cards, your number, whatever, leave it a little note. That way you don't have to put him on the spot. And so then I'm starting to get cold. So I'm going to grab this blanket real quick. So now in that moment, I was like second guessing, oh my God, should I not ask him out? Should I just let it be known that I want him to ask me out? But that's how I get sometimes, right? So I'm listening to this video and he's talking about confidence. And what is confidence? Confidence. What is confidence? Confidence is just an energy, right? It's how you show up. It's this how you present yourself. I'm getting distracted. It's how you show up, how you present yourself, quite literally the energy that you are radiating out. And if you are confident, it is known and it is shown. If you are insecure, if you're second guessing yourself, that is also known and it is shown. And that is also what you attract. So this whole video just speaks about being sure in who you are, right? If you want to, the quote, semi-quote is, if you want to be the queen of his life, or in his eyes, be the queen of your life. So it's being you, being unapologetically yourself. Be unapologetically yourself. And be sure in who you are and know your worth, basically. Right? So when you know all those things, when you're able to show up and be confident in who you are magnetic to other people, right? When you're walking and you're smiling and even your eyes are smiling and you just radiate sunshine because you're just like this person. And you're not afraid of what other people might think of you because you're just sure in yourself. Listening to that over and over and over again got me in such a high vibration because thinking about asking out this guy, I'm telling myself that he's never met anyone like me before. But do I believe that? Because then I start second guessing and then it's just like, oh, well, what if because he's so good looking, and then it's just like, oh, what if he doesn't think, that, what if to him, he's way out of my league or blah, blah, blah. But all of these what ifs don't serve me whatsoever. I can't even say that I believe that I'm a beautiful human inside and out, but emphasis on the inside. The out is still something I am working on being completely confident in. But you really never know what's going to happen. So when you're living in your insecure thoughts, you're basically writing the book for yourself already, if that makes sense. You're already telling yourself a story. You're already saying, well, he's not going to be into me and this is how it's going to be, and or whatever, he's probably going to say no, blah, blah, blah. You're already putting that into the universe and you're already putting that energy. You're making that happen. You are making that happen versus, my client was just like, don't put expectations on it. And I'm like, yes, of course. But also I'm ADHD and my brain has already visualized a whole life of us together or whatever, little movie clips, movie scenes of us going on dates and how I feel, how he feels, this, that, or whatever, because that's just me, whatever. So in the video, it says to just do the work on yourself. That is the most important. That way you're not looking for other people for validation. So basically that's the whole video is Work on yourself, work on your confidence. How do you do that? Just believe, just know and recognize the type of person you are. Be proud of that. And if you're not proud of that, make the choices that are going to get you there. Like, make the little steps to change, to become whoever it is that you think will make you proud. And also be proud of yourself on the process of doing that. Don't wait until you're that person to feel proud. Like, feel proud of yourself now and recognize how you want to improve. And as you start improving, just be your own cheerleader. I think that's how you build the most confidence, is just believing in yourself and loving yourself, knowing who you are, like you're a friend. Get to know who you are as if you get to know another person, and love who you are as if you love your best friends. Like, be your best friend basically, and be confident and be your ride or die. Be that person for yourself in your life. That way you don't seek others to complete you, because you are a complete person. And as a complete person, you are going to show up in a completely different way as someone who is incomplete will show up. Because someone who is incomplete will show up second guessing, shy, timid, unsure of themselves. If they get rejected, then that might trigger how they feel about themselves. But someone who's confident and they shoot their shot, if they get rejected, it's just is what it is. It's just either not the time, they're not available, or they just might not be into you. And that's fine, because that just means that they're not your person, versus, oh, they're not into me, I must not be as cute as I thought, or whatever, regarding how you look or how you feel about yourself, your personality. If someone isn't interested, it's more about them than it is about you. And the only thing about you that it is you're just not for them. And that means that they're not for you. And that's completely fine, because you're not going to be for everybody, just like not everybody is going to be for you. So, listening to that video 4 times today. I'm driving to work, I'm listening, I'm embodying, I feel like I'm sitting taller in the car. I'm like, damn, where this girl's been gone for 2 months, because for 2 months I've been getting high and whatever, having a good time, but too much of a good time, to be honest, because now it's like, okay, now we're getting into it. Now we're getting back into it. Getting back into the swing of things, preparating, is that even a word? Preparing our brain and our mindset and our soul and our energy to shoot our shot with this hottie body. He's so cute. And you know what? I'm so cute. That's just... Listening to this video was everything for me, I feel like, because everything that he says in that video is so true. And I like to listen to it over and over and over and over again to just really solidify what is being taught in this video, because it is so important and it is facts 100%. You cannot look for someone else to provide what it is that you need to provide for yourself, because what happens when that person's gone? You're going to go through this identity crisis, right? Because a part of them becomes your identity if you're searching on the outer to validate how you feel inside, when you should be looking within. And I've already said that in many episodes, but it's true. So if you are starting to feel anxious, if you do have a crush on someone and you start second guessing yourself, because I have been, this morning I was like, damn, do I need to take a Vyvanse? Because I've been thinking about this boy all fucking day in my sleep, when I wake up, the last few days. And it's just like, stop. Like, let's focus on ourselves. Let's snap out of it. And I think the thing that I think about is, oh my God, he's coming in. Oh my God, he's coming in. I keep telling people that he's coming in and that I'm going to ask him out. And like, wait, should I ask him out? I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. And my client was absolutely right. I was so in my head about it. So today I was like, I'm going to throw on this video, listen to it as I get ready, listen to it on the way to work, replay, listen to it as I came home from work. And it really does, like, let me just say, I'm really excited to shoot my shot. And then I even was second guessing, like, okay, so if he does say yes and we are on a date or whatever, like, what, thinking about like what I would say, what I would talk about, and what I don't want to talk about. And it's just already in my head about all of that, because I don't want to say too much and be perceived a certain way. And then all these other videos that I listen to, they talk about how sometimes, women should leave a little bit of mystery, like don't tell all of whatever, because again, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, is like, if you're already giving them the whole beginning, middle, and end to a book or a movie, are they even going to want to watch it? Are they even going to want to read it? So then I'm second guessing myself on that. And I'm like, should I take a Vyvanse if we are going on a date, so that I don't fucking word vomit everything, all of my insecurities or whatever. So then I listened to this and I was just like, we're just going to have a good time. The fuck? Like, it's going to be great. He's going to say yes. And we're going to... He's going to say yes. We're going to go and we're going to have a fucking good time, because I'm a good time and I'm fun. And I ask intellectual questions. Am I using the right word? I'm going to want to get to know him, and I'm going to ask questions to get to know him. And if he asks questions about me, then I'll answer it. It's not that big of a deal. Like, let's just bring back the confidence. And the confidence is back. So I guess that's the whole episode of what I wanted to share today. Was I just absolutely swear by it. If you're not listening to podcasts, if you're not reading stuff about personal development, I feel like you're really missing out. I don't think TikTok or Reels or stuff like that, like, really get into the detail of the information that you can learn if you're listening, if you're not listening to podcasts, because podcasts are 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes more, of valuable information about whoever it is that's speaking. They might be speaking on things that they went through, things that they learned, and all of that good stuff. And then same thing with books. It's just a lot of information to take in, to just help really retrain your brain to want to do the work, basically, to want to shift, to want to be aware of how you show up now, and to want to ask yourself, is this how I do want to show up? Do I want to do things differently? And to give you that motivation and the know-how to shift, to change, to be better, to be more healthy, to be more happy, to be more free, to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I'm all about, baby. I guess I took a little pause the last 2 months, and that's fine, because we're back at it. And I'm excited. Not me doing a mental countdown of when Saturday is going to get here, because that's when he's coming in. So, yeah, you guys, just do the work, put in the work. And if you find yourself anxious or overthinking or wanting to avoid a situation, ask yourself why, and then also just listen to anything and everything that you can. If you're already listening to my podcast, slay. But then Joe Dispenza is great. Lewis Howes is great. Jay Shetty. Those are my top 3. Anything that I search on YouTube is just going to be them. Manifestation Babe. Great podcast. There's so much to learn, and there's so much to unlearn. So, yeah, put in the work. Meditate. Do research. Read. Watch things. Educate yourself. That's all I've got. I was going to say, I'll see you all on the other side. What the fuck? That's all I've got. And I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.